they happen. Thinking for a minute. Miracles happen when you're not pushing, you're not forcing. And I just thought it's a beautiful evening here in Miami Beach, sun setting, and how do miracles happen? What is the definition? What's your definition of a miracle? What stops a miracle happening? What's the idea of alignment? So just little chicken, little hello, just to talk about that. And I'm going to show you the sunset here a sec. And I did also write a book called Big Miracles, the 11 Spiritual Rules for Ultimate Success, that was published by HarperCollins. And here, let me just show you the sunset first. Look at that. Well, the sun's now gone down in the time that I wrote the description for for this video, for this live. But you can see the ocean over there, and yeah, just enjoying the evening after running around and doing errands and that. So, and before I make dinner as well. So if you have been thinking about the new year and what are you going to do? What are the idea of what are you going to achieve in 2026? I've talked a little bit already on the channel about goals, why not to have the goals. I just don't want you to put pressure on yourself for the year ahead. And I say that and because I know when I have put pressure on myself, I would get into a little, it's like a rut in my head of I'm not getting enough done. Oh, I've got this big to-do list. How am I going to do these things? How am I going to achieve these goals? How are things going to work out? And then I would get in my head this idea of, well, I mean, if I'm in a good mood, like if I'm feeling all spiritual, the idea of a miracle and a big miracle sounds fantastic. It feels like the idea of it feels, yes, miracles. But if I'm a bit tired, if I haven't eaten enough, if I'm feeling a little bit rattled by things that have happened in the world or by someone that I care about, that I have some form of reaction, hello, then the idea of a miracle is going to really rub me up the wrong way. I don't know if you can relate to that, but I'll just start thinking miracles are stupid, goal settings stupid, you know, what's all this spiritual crap? And that's ironic because I've written several spiritual books. It's like really, I think it's the thing is that just being human and just being real. And but I know in the past, and you tell me how you feel about this. Hi Sanido, hi Kelly, hi Gavin, hi JCap. You're so funny. WTF, this white lady talking. Why are you going on about my skin color? Why don't you just say, oh, there's just someone talking? Like, why have you got to, like, what is this? What is this? Oh my goodness. Oh, Joey, you love the Australian accent? It's English. It's English. Although I'm in, look, here. Welcome to, tell me where you are in the world. I want to know where everyone is. Miami Beach. There's Collins Park. It's evening. It's going into evening time now in Miami. So, yeah, I mean, sometimes actually, who's the person that said WTF about me, about caps? Yeah, sometimes I actually do feel that myself. I mean, if I could get away from myself sometimes, I would get away from myself. But most of the time, I do like myself. Okay, so you saying, hang on, Cap says, you saying everything is stupid, we're just trying to follow the conversation. Okay, all right, so, well, let me just say with this, all right, well, this is a conversation for us to have together. So talk to me about your idea or what you think of the idea of a miracle is. For me, I will say that the idea of a miracle is something that it's something that you didn't expect to happen that happens, or it's something you really, really, really wanted to happen that would be hard to achieve or think that would be possible, and that it worked out. So, so for me at the time when I did get, I'll give myself as an example, when I did, well, okay, I'm going to give this example, that for many years, before I met my husband, I was disastrous at dating. Like every single person I dated, it was like I would pick people who were emotionally unavailable, or I would pick someone that I would need to rescue in some capacity, and it didn't work out. My mum always used to sing the song to me, "Another One Bites the Dust." And then if someone was really nice to me, I get all panicked and couldn't handle it because I didn't realize I had issues of being emotionally available. I met my husband, Nick, in a sketch comedy show in a theater in Hollywood. And that was a miracle because at the time, my friend Caroline, who ended up being my bridesmaid, because of her, she was doing a sketch and they needed someone with a British accent. So the person who you said I was Australian accent, no, English. And at the time, Camilla had got together with now King Charles, and there was this whole thing. We did this sketch where I said £3,000 for a stupid effing feather, and in like this Cockney accent. And anyway, the point is, I met my husband Nick, and he created a sketch for me where we did British rap together. And we've been together now. We're going to be married 20 years. That is a miracle. That's a miracle for me. So what's a miracle for you? Am I drunk? No, I'm not drunk. I don't drink alcohol anymore. And my mum actually has Alzheimer's and dementia, and her dementia was caused from drinking too much alcohol. I don't drink. I don't need to drink to, I'm just like being a little bit playful. And okay, so Jeffrey says, peace to you. Thank you. Okay. So miracles, please, talk to me about the idea of what is your perspective on is there something that you want to achieve this year or experience, a place you want to go, a thing you want to do, something you want for your life? Let me know. Just let me know here. And then, did you set goals in 2025? Were there certain things that you wanted that miracles did happen, or that miracles didn't happen for you? And the reason I wanted to connect here is because what I've found from my experience is that when I've pushed really, really hard with something and try to make it happen, that it normally it doesn't work out well, or maybe then eventually I've got the thing, but I haven't been happy about it, because if I was trying to will a particular result. So I've just found that way of just allowing things to occur. And sometimes if I just thought, wow, it's a beautiful evening here. I could have just gone and done some more work, or I guess I could have watched more of Foundation on Apple TV. Actually, I just went and bought some nice flowers and did a little flower arrangement inside. Just simple things. And I thought, oh, look at it out here. Isn't it gorgeous? Well, I think it's gorgeous. I mean, look at this sunset. Miami Beach. I tell you, I feel like it is a miracle that I get to wake up each day and live in Miami Beach, coming originally from London. Growing up London's great too in the UK, because also there's, I guess it's London, Ontario, right, in Canada. But that I was a kid and I first came to Florida, I remember going to Disney World for the first time, totally loving it. Going, and over here, you can't see it, but like right over there is Key Biscayne. And I used to go and make jewelry on the beach with Judy. I just loved it. I was like, Miami's the coolest place ever. My mom got so pissed off with me because I came back from that 3-week trip here in Miami and in Orlando, and I ended up having an American accent, and she went ballistic. She was like, I was 6 years old. She's like, drop the accent. And but lo and behold, for me now living in Miami Beach all these years later is a miracle. So cool, thank you. So anyway, I mean, I don't know, because I'm not doing like a structured thing right now where I normally say where I do a video or and it's very structured. It's more to have a conversation with you and connect with you and see, do you believe in miracles? Do you think miracles are stupid? Do you think it's possible? I'll give you another example of, for me, like a miracle. Sometimes I'll be driving around, like I was driving in Miami Beach earlier. I need to go to the post office and some stuff to help my mum out in England. Really hard to get a parking spot right down in South Beach down there. Super hard. Parking angels, please help me. Get me a parking spot. Lower up a whole parking spot. Mini miracle, yes. You know, are there really parking angels? Do parking angels really exist? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But to me, that was like a little bit of a miracle. So I think that, you know, I think it's the idea of a miracle could be that, in its simplest form, something that you don't think could work out. The odds of it working out are really low, but somehow it does. I'll give you an example of another miracle. When I booked my first lead on Darman, that was a miracle because at the time I didn't have an acting agent, and I submitted online for the audition, and out of thousands of people I got that role. That was a miracle. I then went and got more roles without even having to audition, when at the time one of my acting coaches was saying how it was impossible to book any roles because the whole industry was dead. That was a miracle. I feel like being a mum is a miracle because I was at points as a teenager and even into my earliest 20s would be quite irresponsible at points. So that's a miracle. And I hope a little bit of what I share here is, again, it's not so much to talk about me, but to spark something in you that maybe you'll start to think about reviewing things in your life. The idea of what's worked for you, what hasn't worked for you, why, and let me actually, you know what? I'm gonna grab my book to look at actually it's so long since I've looked at it actually inside of it from what I wrote. I'm going to show you my book. So hang on a sec. All right. Just came in outside because it's just so nice out this evening. So this is the book I wrote called Big Miracles. Probably it's back to front on here.